Good morning. My name is Ryleigh Carson, and I'm a junior member of the Valley FFA from Turkey, Texas. These are my two steers, General Sterling Price and Bob. I've had a lot of fun working with these two calves, and I would like to tell you a little about my experience. I picked out these calves in August and helped vaccinate them along with a lot of other cattle. I wanted to take possession of my feeder steers in September. After processing these and about 90 more, we took them all to a local feed yard for preconditioning for 30 days. According to the feed yard's BQA worksheet, these calves got sick in the feed yard on August 18th and were treated with 5 cc's of Draxxin. On September 15th, we picked up, weighed, and paid for my cattle. These steers averaged 640 pounds each and appeared to be on the mend. But one thing I noticed was that the general had these large knots on each side of his neck. He also had 2 more on each foreflank or point of elbow. As you can see, the ones on his foreflank are gone, but the ones on his neck are bigger than ever. I asked my dad what they were, and he said that he thought they were injection site lesions. That's where someone gave them a shot, and it made those knots. My dad was upset about this, and said the feed yard probably wasn't using clean needles or proper procedures when giving shots. I decided to do a little more research and figured out that my dad was wrong. You see, the only shot the feed yard gave them was 1 shot of Draxxin. Sub-Q, that means subcutaneously, under the skin. According to the feed yard BQA, this shot was given above the point of shoulder in the left side of the neck region. But the general had 4 of these lesions, or big lumps, and I know who gave him all the other shots. We did. My dad and I. And I know we use clean needles and proper procedures for giving sub-Q injections. With your left hand, pull some hide away from the muscle of the neck, forming a tent. Then, with your right hand, quickly and firmly insert the needle into the tent, then release the vaccine. I know we did it right. So why did my calves have these huge lumps? Come to find out, my dad, like many others, had been misinformed. Many knots, like these on the general, are due to an allergic reaction the cattle have to the vaccine itself. Many vaccines, such as for Clostridial diseases, contain aluminum hydroxide. While aluminum hydroxide is used in a lot of vaccines, it is also a known irritant to many animals. According to Dr. Guy Ellis at Clarendon Veterinarian Hospital, it is not very practical to do anything about the lumps. If I were to try to cut them or drain them, I would only increase the possibility of infection, plus I could stress my animal unnecessarily. And although all of the knots on my steer haven't disappeared yet, according to Dr. Ellis, many times the lesions will disappear, like the ones on the foreflank did. Because it is an allergic reaction, if I were to treat the animal again, he could get more lumps. Luckily, we followed BQA guidelines and gave the majority of the injections in the neck region. Hopefully, that will keep any carcass reductions to a minimum. Possibly, the most interesting information I learned about the injection site lesions is that the vaccines are not affected at all. I expected the vaccines to have been wasted when the lesions formed, but they are actually absorbed like any other. There is no need to revaccinate because a lump develops. So that's the story about the lumps on General Sterling Price's neck. As you can imagine, I was very upset when these knots developed on him. I was afraid they might keep me from coming to the San Antonio Commercial Steer Contest. I was also unsure about drawing attention to the knots during my speech. But after researching the issue, not only can I say that I have learned from this year, but I know at least one other person that has benefited from this experience. my dad. Thank you.